Man, where do I begin? So let's start at the off season. So this off season for me has been one of the most stressful, but more exciting, most entertaining season or middle season I've ever been to. Obviously, we won't go into anything that happened in 2018. We're just gonna pretend it never happened. But this time around, I was dealing with my sort of finding myself in what the new me was going to be. Making that decision was one of the most fun from an imagination standpoint, from an imaginary standpoint, where, what would it have looked like if I teamed up with HECZ? What would it have looked like if I went to this team, that team, and another? Finding myself above anything else was going to be a defining factor of what it was that I was going to do. Knowing full force and for a fact that Seth wasn't going to retire, and Krim wasn't going to retire, and these conversations were all factors into making my decision on where I was going to go. With my new family, energy. It was, and we were a team. We were a solid team up until the very last day when we weren't, and it was a series of very unfortunate events because up until that point we were supposed to be teaming together. Up until that point, I'll put it to you like this: on a Monday we were teaming together. On a Tuesday everything fell apart. Let me rephrase that. On a Monday we were teaming together. On a Monday at like 10 p.m. we were no longer teaming with each other, and everything there's this massive shuffle happening. So during this whole process, it's been insane. I'm back on the swing of things. I've been traveling a lot lately. Me and my duo, Andy Miller, who's a good time. That dude knows how to have a good time. That's as far as I'll go. He doesn't like spicy food, which is a problem for me. But whatever. Okay. But sort of putting this entire team together. At the very last shot, at the very last spot, I can't even describe it. It's been all over the place. So I'm happy, more than happy. I'm more than happy of where I landed. I'm more than happy of where I'm at. I'm excited for the future. I've been traveling a lot, and that I'm not used to. I've been on the phone a lot. Matt, how long was I on the phone that one day that you walked in from that? Like, seriously?
It was like 8 hours from the time I walked in to the time you left.
It was 8 hours from the time that he walked into. I was literally on the phone for like 7 hours. One of the phone calls was like 4 hours long. So, this is exactly what I used to do in the past. Obviously, luckily now we have like incredible infrastructure. Brad Lautenbach, who is the president, is like an A++ COO and president. Like, the dude has all his shit together, and for me that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that for me, that's incredible because I get to focus on the creativity. I get to focus on predicting what the future's gonna look like. I get to focus on how to turn this logo into $1 billion company. There's a race going on right now. Whether people want to admit it or not, there's a race happening, right? To see who's gonna be the first esports team to have that valuation, to be the first esports team to be that valuable. I intend on winning that, right? And if anybody else isn't thinking the way that I'm thinking, then good. You don't have to be in the same race as me. I'll race myself. God damn it, if I need to. At first I was super, super bummed out about Call of Duty going into the city-based model. But, once I figured that it really doesn't, it's awesome to represent your city. But, Michael Jordan was known as a global figure, right? If you look at the Houston Rockets and you look at Yao Ming and how that whole thing happened, forget all the bullshit that's happening right now. Like, I'm not talking politics right now. I'm talking about the impact that sort of move had on, in China. Like, that's just like, it just opened my eyes up. Like, being city affiliated is only limited to you if you choose to be limited by that. But we've been building this thing for so long that for us it's another day at the office. We're an internationally recognized global name. Okay, and we will always be that. We just have a city name attached to it now. So, it's same people, different jersey.
Say to the fans, to the green wall, and what are your thoughts on people rooting for the team that their city has versus?
We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about that. The green wall and I have a relationship like this. You know, I've never, not once, ever doubted that they are with us because of us and not because of a T-shirt that we're wearing. So we have nothing to discuss. My people are my people, and I am their person. You know what I'm saying? You know, for the Huntsmen specifically, I'm excited about the team. More excited though, I'm more excited about the fact that we finally get to. Where do I begin? So there was a leak that happened, and a lot of people were like, you know, Huntsman, that's such a weird name, but it isn't. You know, snipers by definition are hunters. You know, and we've always been a sniping team at core in our hearts, right? That's what got us to where we're at today. So for me to pick Huntsman wasn't even a question. Like, I thought about this name long time ago. My brother, you know, wanted to call it Marksman, but there's so many people called Marksman, and it'd be super hard to sort of trademark something like that. Anyway, so aside from the real world things, like I wanted to pick something super cool, but when it got leaked, it really messed me up because I didn't get a chance to explain why I was picking that. You know, way back in the day, when the first Optic 7 came about and we were like the first ever sniping team, we were that. Like, I had a rule where you couldn't camp. Camping was not us. We, you know, that wasn't our thing. We were all about being the hunter and not the hunted. Back in the day, I used to, in my profile, in an Xbox 360 original Xbox dashboard, when you clicked on my name, it said, be the hunter, not the hunted. So this isn't something that I just came up with out of the blue, right? This is a lifestyle that I've been living in video games or in Call of Duty since 2009 or 2006, whenever Call of Duty 4 was booming, right? I always was about that. We weren't snipers that camped. That was against our mantra. We were hunters. We were aggressive snipers. We were always on the hunt. So again, for me, it also goes into this whole thing where Optic, or everything that we created in our culture, everything that we did as a cohort was always about doing the extra work. It would have been really easy for me to say, Nachad, you're a professional player, that's it. Scump, you're a professional player, that's that big timer, you play Call of Duty, don't make any videos. No. For me, it was like, you're gonna do that, but you're gonna do the extra work. You're gonna get to know your fans, you're gonna be in front of your fans so much that we're gonna be friends. We're gonna be people that we know. We're gonna be a part of people's routines on a daily basis. We're always gonna do the extra work. We're always gonna be outworking everybody else. We're always gonna be on the move looking for something, looking for success. We're not gonna be complacent. We're not gonna sit around and wait for things to come and happen to us, maybe. We're not gonna rely on luck. We're gonna look for it. We're gonna go search it. We're gonna go hunt it, right? We're gonna go hunt success. And that's what we've always done. We've always outworked everybody else. It would have been really easy for me to be like, you know what? My job is spreadsheets and phone calls, sponsor meetings and whatever else, and I am not gonna make videos, right? But what sort of leader would I be if I wasn't in the trenches with my people? So for me, it's a lifestyle. For me, it's a mentality, right? I don't just sit around and wait for things to magically happen to me, you know? I don't. I always look for something better. I always look to do something cool. I'm never gonna sit around and just wait for it. So for me, the Huntsman means more than just a logo and a name. For me, it's a literal lifestyle and a way of living. Pretty much to all my people out there, right? To everybody that has been a supporter of what we have done and accomplished in the last 10 to 13 years of being together, I have nothing to say to you besides, I'll see you at the event, okay? Whether it's here, there, no matter where it is, we are a web of people that have just spread out across everywhere. I never, ever think when I go to London that we're not gonna have the biggest crowd. I never go to Paris and think the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is an incredible thing that we have built together, and I think that we will always, I'm not gonna show up to pick a city. I'm not gonna show up to that city and be like, oh man, I don't like them because they're from this city and they're not from my city. You know what I'm saying? They're not. You know, I know who they are and they know who I am. So that's not a factor. You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna hang out with my people. If I go to London, I'm gonna have beers with my boys, right? We're gonna do the chants. You know, I'm not gonna get into it right now because it's a little bit offensive sometimes. You guys got out of hand, and I like it. You know, but you guys are way ahead of the team. You know what I'm saying? That sort of scenario. So, what do I have to say to them? I'll see you later this year. Let's get a picture together. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. The usual.